How's it going, internets? I hope you're having a lovely day. It's that time again. It's time to get into some animation, time to get that imagination all revved up, get into some creativity, and it's time to get inspired. And today's inspiration comes from a name that I'm probably going to butcher, so let me know comments down below, but an artist that I really, truly love. Well, I guess our file finished downloading. That was quick. Great. It is Eoghan Kerrigan, and he's a phenomenal artist. I love his stuff. I feel like it mixes kind of like Brian Froud and Nico Martlet with a little bit of Henson stuff in there. Just a phenomenal artist, such a vivid imagination, and I mean, look at these great trolls, lovely, intricate, in-depth facial expressions. Each one's different. I love his imagination and the way that he keeps kind of black and white with just this hint of color in a lot of his stuff is really, truly a way that I personally enjoy seeing any sort of sketch work, for sure. He comes up with these great characters that really push the limits. You've got almost like a warthog with elephant mixed with like cheetah spots and just gorgeous stuff. I'm really intensely fascinated with his style and the way that he works. It's someone whose work I've recently come across, but still, hopefully I can get a chance to delve more into seeing more of his great work, because I feel like his imagination is endless. I really like his color pieces too. I think he's got that great watercolor style that I personally just love. But again, you can really see kind of that labyrinth or dark crystal or Henson kind of stylings to his face that I feel really work well, but he makes them his own too. Just gorgeous stuff. So I urge you guys to check out more stuff from him, because I think he's phenomenal. Can't say enough amazing things about his work. But I did want to share a quote that I was able to find from him, and he said, "Drawing in itself is fun, and being able to draw the things that only exist in your head is very satisfying." I think that's totally true. That's something that I don't know that we talk about here enough, is the fun aspect of just the playfulness of creativity and imagination, and that it should be fun. Yeah, working through your skills and trying to get better is definitely can be a struggle sometimes, but you got to remember to just have some fun and play around. So with that in mind, we're going to get into a new shot for today. I know I said I was going to do one more part, and we might do it. Maybe I'll come back to that in another few days or so, but I was kind of getting antsy to play around with something else. And also I think it'll give me fresh eyes for when I look at the skirmish shot that we've been working on for a while. We're going to be using the Malcolm 2.0 rig, and it was taking a while to download, so I figured let's just start and we'll mix things up, do stuff a little bit differently today. Looks like it finished downloading right as soon as we started, which of course. So we're going to do a lip sync shot. And first of all, when I'm doing lip sync, the first thing that I want to do, if it's not a shot that I'm given from a director or something, is I want to come up with an idea. And in order to really do lip sync, you have to have a strong idea, and you have to have a strong audio file, or be a voice actor yourself. But usually what I'll do is whenever I'm listening to something, and I listen to a lot of stuff, especially whenever I'm illustrating or whenever I'm animating, I always have something on in my headphones playing through. So I'm always kind of listening for things that have an interesting cadence, or the way that someone phrases something or something, and to have a different take on maybe how I could present that stuff. So there's been kind of an idea that I was playing with that I was going to do even when I was going to school. I thought about playing around with this shot. But so what I'll first do is I'll come up with a clip that I like. So usually after that, if it's something I've heard, I go onto YouTube, or if I have a copy of the movie or the audio or whatever it is of my own, I'll bring that up. And if it's on YouTube, I'll find the clip, and then I go to either keep vid or save vid. Just doing a quick Google search will bring those up, and you can copy that link over there, and it allows you to download that clip. And then once that clip is in, I go into QuickTime, and I extract the audio from it, and then I cut the audio down till I save it off, and I have something like this. And again, the reason that I'm not really playing the video of it is, I tend to try and respect copyright stuff as much as I can. So hopefully the audio on this won't be too loud. Let's turn it down just a little bit, and let's see if that'll go here. Okay, so as you can see, that to me was, oh, that's going to be just a blast to animate. It's going to be difficult, it's going to be fun, it's going to allow us to do a lot of stuff with mouth shapes and to really just push our posing a lot, and I thought that would be really fun. And the other thing is, how could we incorporate this and bring this to, or make it something interesting that we can add an idea to? So the idea behind the shot was, what if we had kind of like in Alibaba and the 40 Thieves, or Arabian Nights kind of tale, where you have like a secret door and you'd have to go in front of it and read off some incantation in order to get the door to open. And so he'd be struggling reading through that incantation to get the door to open. So that's the idea of the shot. We're going to use that audio clip. We're going to incorporate it in there. We're going to use the Malcolm 2.0 rig. We're using Autodesk Maya 2014 for today's video. And we're just going to kind of do a layout pass. And I wasn't even sure if the rig would finish downloading, but looks like it has, so we'll be able to incorporate that into our first initial bit. But like I said, this is going to be a little bit different than how I normally would set up a shot, which is where you usually start off with the character first. But I thought it would be something a little bit different, and it would allow us to talk about some different concepts together. So let's delve in. So we got our audio clip in here. Now, the first thing I want to do is, hold on here. Okay, so I've got my audio clip that I cut here, and I'm just going to bring that down and drag it into the time slider. Should give us this, and that'll give us for how many frames we need to look at here, which I'm thinking gonna be at 200, about 158. So, and then when we play that, it should be okay. And now we'll turn our sound, and we'll turn it off because I don't want that playing. The only times that I'm really going to leave that on is either once I'm done and I'm watching it and looking through polishing things, and when I'm doing the lip sync. Other than that, I don't want to leave it on. I'll drive myself nuts with the audio clip. And that's one of the things that you'll notice too when you're doing lip sync, is that you'll have, you know, one line that you'll be working on for, let's say, 20 hours, 30 hours, whatever it is, that's, you know, the one sentence that you're polishing through, or two sentences, or however long your shot is, and you'll get that just drilled into your head, that one line. So I tend to, when I'm not doing things that are specific to lip sync, turn that off, just so that I don't go too insane with it. So we're going to turn that off for now, but again, you just go to, let's see if I can make sure I do it here, go to sound, and then we've got our audio right here, and we'll turn that off. And you also want to make a new folder. I usually just leave them on my desktop or whatever, where you have all of your main things you're going to be using in there. So next thing we want to do is we're going to kind of work on our layout, because I thought how we shoot this is going to be interesting, because I want to try and get the idea of like a big cave door, but I also want to be able to focus on the face. I feel like, if we're doing lip sync, we want to be able to see those facial expressions. So how we shoot this is going to be interesting, because I feel like it should still be kind of a big shot, but I want to focus on the face. So we might either do a camera move, or we'll kind of cheat a little to camera, where he maybe is facing a little bit more to camera than to the door, and just kind of looking up might be another way to do it too. So we got to think about that stuff. So first off, let's go ahead and create a polygon primitives. Let's do a cube here. And hit 5 there, so we make sure that we're looking there. And go ahead and stretch that out a little bit more. I'll go ahead and create another cube here. And raise that up. Bring that over and back. And we'll go to faces here, and we'll try and make this look a little bit like stone. Let's go edit mesh. What about extrude here? Bring that down a little bit. So kind of like we did those rocks the other day. It's going to be kind of where we'll be going with there. And go edit mesh. Extrude again. Bring that over. Bring that down a little bit. Over and back a little bit more. Edit mesh. Extrude. Bring that over, making a stone or a rock or kind of a cliff shape here. Edit mesh, extrude, bring that up, in, over, back here. I'll grab all of those, edit mesh, extrude here, bring that back, down a little bit, in a little bit more, and down, over. Alright, and then we should be able to put our door kind of right there. Let's switch back to object mode here, and we'll copy this, and we'll paste another one. And we'll bring that down a little bit more, rotate it, push it, just so we have like a basic shape that we can build off of. Bring that down, over here, just so we get more of a kind of a complicated rock shape there. Over, back, here. And another thing I want to do too to help accentuate, because it's a lot of stuff that we have to sell in a quick shot, so I think I also want to make a glowing insignia on the door, so that it brings attention to like the lock on the door here. Again, the door's not there yet, I realize that, but so I think that's where we'll start here. We'll go ahead and create polygon primitives, another cube. That's not very good. Alright, try again. That over. And go to edit mesh, insert edge loop tool. Do one there, one there, one here, and one there. Okay, and then we'll go to faces, bring that, and pull it back in there. No, let's do one more. Okay, edit mesh, insert edge loop tool again. Some edges here. Show vertices. There we go. Just wanted to get a rough outline here. And insert edge loop tool again. And we're going to go there, and there, and there, and there. Alright, now if I did that correctly, I should be able to bring that back in, so we have kind of an indentation here, and we'll also make it a little bit bigger so it's a little square, more squared off. There, push that forward a little bit more, and let's grab the four corners here. We'll go edit mesh, extrude those, bring those out here, and we'll bring it in a little, right in a little. How am I going to do that? Is that the right way that I want to do that? We'll bring it in a little bit more. And we'll bring it down a little bit, down a little bit, and go here. We'll bring them in a little bit. Here, we'll bring them in a little bit. Okay. Now, go back to object mode. We'll go ahead and this and paste another one. And assign a new material to that one. Let's put a Lambert on it. And make it a little bit brighter here. Or maybe a little bit darker just so that we can kind of see it. Now let's try something different. Let's paste another one, bring that forward, assign a new material to it. Let's put a Lambert on there and darken it up. Bring that back through. Actually, in this case, let's grab the face here and bring that forward. Object here and bring that back. And I have a dark inside. Okay, and we could also paste another one and bring that forward. Assign a new material onto there. Put another Lambert, make that one a little bit lighter. And in this case, I don't want to do that. Let's go ahead and grab the faces here. And we'll bring them back a little bit more. Okay, and go back to object mode. And bring that back here. Alright, that'll work. Not perfect, but it's workable. Again, trying to do quick, easy modeling here. So we're going to grab everything here and combine. Let's go ahead and try it one more time. Grab all this, edit mesh, combine. So we can have our second door. Or redo that again. Alright. Combine that again. Grab this one. Copy it. And paste another one. Okay. So now we have our two main doors here. So then the next thing we're going to do is create that little latch that's going to be here. So we're going to push those against there. Maybe push that a little bit more open just so you can see that there's a little bit of a gap in between there. A little bit more. Okay. And next we're going to go ahead and create another polygon primitive. So we're going to create a cube here. Create a actually, let's try this. Let's copy another one of those and paste that again, and let's just squish this down down again. It's like a mini version of what we have here. just do something. Yeah, let's try that. Let's dump that idea. Just thinking that might be a little bit easier. Object mode. We'll just delete that again. Okay. So let's go here to faces. Edit mesh, extrude. Bring that forward. Bring that inward a little bit. Go back to object mode, bring that up. And then go to faces, grab all of these. Edit mesh, extrude. Bring that up a little bit more. Yeah. Different kind of ways to get the same idea here. Okay. And now let's go ahead and create a polygon primitives. Let's do a pipe. That's what I want to do. Let's try that again. Let's do it a different way. Let's see. Polygon primitives. Let's do a I think I want to start off with a pipe. Is that right? Yeah, let's see. What's the way that we do that? Hold on one second here. Okay, just need to get a little thickness on there. So let's bring that in and let's grab faces here. Actually, let's lift it up here for a second and go to faces. In and over. And we'll delete that one. And let's see. Rotate this one here. And that one there. This one here. Bring that over. Try and close that up a little bit better. Bring that over. Actually, let's bring this one over here. Close that up. Move it back there, and then go edit mesh, extrude, bring that forward, and get a little bit thinner, rotate it. Let's go here, rotate this. Just trying to get a fun little insignia for the front of the door here. And edit mesh, extrude, bring that over. Actually, let's move this. Over. Let's move all of that over and rotate it a little bit more. And edit mesh, extrude there. I'm sure there's an easier, better way to do this. Again, never claiming to be a wonderful modeler at all. Just doing some quick stuff just so we can have some props and stuff for our shots. time. Alright, yeah, we're getting there. Building our shot here together. And go to faces. And get those ones over there. Rotate them in a little bit. Let's taper it a little bit more. And extrude that one. That over. Taper it up a little bit more. Extrude this. And do another one. And bring that together a little bit more. Extrude it again, pop it over, tilt it a little bit. Alright, that should work okay. And let's go back to object mode and assign a new material on there. Let's put a Lambert, and we're going to make this kind of a bluish color. Rotate it here, and there, bring it in a little bit more. This will be kind of our seal for the door here. So it can light up or not as it goes on there. And let's grab this thing, object mode. That and paste another one so we can get a little bit different color variation. Go to the face here, bring it forward, and we'll go ahead and switch back to object mode, assign a new material on there, put a Lambert on it, bring that up here. Bring this forward a little bit more. Copy another one of those and paste another one. Make it a little bit bigger. Assign a new material in there, put another Lambert, make this one a little bit darker. And bring it back a little bit more. Okay, so this will be kind of our insignia here. And I'm not sure exactly how I'm going to make it glow, but I will. I think we might switch and vary between the visibility on here or not. We'll have to play around with that idea here. I might make this a little bit smaller here. And we'll try and center it as best we can between those two. A little bit more there. Shrink it down a little bit more here. Missing a little bit of our white from there. Bring that back. And nudge it just a little bit more over there. And maybe a little bit this way. Okay, and let's do a bar out of the side of it here too. So let's go ahead and create polygon primitives. Let's do a cylinder here. Bring that down, up a little bit more, rotate it 90 degrees. Make it a little bit smaller here, over. Up in there. Paste, I'll copy that, put another one in. Hold on a second. Okay, because one thing we could do too to accentuate that the doors like starts to open or not open, we could shift these back and forth. We could have 3 of these and they could shift back and forth. So I thought that would be another fun way to accentuate that the door is trying to open, but not being open successfully. And we'll assign a new material onto those. Put Lambert, and make it a little bit lighter. Here. Maybe only 2. Is that too many? Let's do it a little bit over. I think we have an extra one here. Okay. Further down. Okay, I feel like that'll be workable for our main entrance thing. So let's go ahead and get our file in here. Okay, so we saved up our file. Now we're going to import our character into the file. So we go into File, Import, wait for it to load up here, and then we're going to select our file here, which is the Malcolm version 2. And we're going to go ahead and import that in, and I'm probably going to pause it because it'll take a little while to import. Alright, so great. One thing that I was kind of hesitant about was, as I was doing that, was I didn't know if I would make this big enough or small enough depending on how the rig was scaled, but it looks like it's pretty close to about the right size here. Maybe we could scale everything up just a little bit, but I think I'll leave it alone for now. So next thing I'm going to do is just going to save off another version of the file. So we have a file before he's even imported, and then we have one after here. So okay, so we saved off our other version of the file. And remember, I'm always a big advocate for saving multiple versions and for saving often, especially anytime you're going to do some big change to your shot. You save a version right after and right before here. So if I'm remembering correctly, when I did some little bit of research on this guy here, there's some ability to kind of customize them. So let's see if we can find that here. Alright, great. So let's go ahead and customize our character. That's one of the fun parts, I think. So let's see. We'll leave that alone. Actually, let's start here. We'll go ahead and turn this hair off. Let's see what this, turn nerve curves off here too, just so you can see what he's looking like. I think I'll zero that one off. Maybe that one. I think B's looking like our best option so far. Let's get that out. Maybe G, but I think B is probably our better one here. Maybe even H. But I think I liked B the best, so we'll stick with that one. And beard visibility, let's turn that on. Wish there was a fuller beard, but maybe we'll stick with that. Keep pants off and our shirt off. And let's see, what is greaser pants? What do those look like? No. Athletes. Dapper man pants. Maybe we'll use those. We'll see. Worker gloves. Hunter pants. Farmer, cowboy, scientist. Let's see, what are cowboy pants? Farmer, Wellingtons. Turn those on. Shoes off. Trying to just come up with something that's probably a mixture of all this stuff here, so I can kind of make him look like he's and that shirt might work. We'll see. No, I don't want that. Might do this beard though. Let's see if that beard's better. Nope. Alright, turn that off here. Worker shirt off. Worker helmet off. Worker beard. Might leave that on. Mustache, nope. Cowboy boots, scientist, beard, nope. I think we'll turn off that other one here too. Which one was that? Now turn that back on. And turn that soul patch thing off. And I think it was worker beard. I liked that on. Kind of bleeds through into the other one though, so let's see. That might work. And what was worker hair? Maybe we'll do that one. And turn off, what was that, hair B? Yeah, that'll work. Maybe we'll do that instead. It's okay. And try and find a shirt that would work. Maybe we could use that. Turn it off though. We'll keep playing around until we can find something probably a little better. Hunter shirt. Yeah, maybe we'll do that. Hunter vest. No. Farmer shirt. Let's see. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Something that just makes him seem more like, almost like that hair though. It's kind of fun. I'll go ahead and turn that off though. Let's see. Try those scientist boots, see if we like those better. The heck? Do scientist boots just make his feet smaller? It's kind of weird. Yeah, let's figure that out. We'll go ahead and put... shoes do we have? dapper pants. No. Alright. I'm just gonna have to go, I think, with those Wellingtons. They're the closest thing that seems like to maybe old-fashioned armored boots or something. Do that and turn off maybe that other hair which we had, which was hunter hair, I think. No, worker hair. Yeah, I'll turn that off. Yeah, maybe we'll leave it on. Let's turn our nerve curves back on and see if we still can do some stuff with. And just so those don't blend so much, we'll go ahead and turn that hair off a little bit more from, oh, what was it, worker hair. Turn that off. Leave it on. Okay. It's workable. I was hoping to have something a little bit different, but I think we'll keep with what we got. Is there a belt or anything that we can throw on him? Might be interesting too. Cowboy belt. Doesn't seem to show up there. Nothing else. Athlete belt. No. Greaser belt. Yeah, we'll turn that off. Alright, I think that's what we'll end up sticking with then. This is what? Knee? I think, yeah. Alright. And let's go ahead and turn everything so he's towards the door a little bit more. Oh, he's a little bit laggy, isn't he? Maybe we'll turn all this stuff off for now. Second. Okay, this rig's a little laggy with all this stuff turned on, so I'm just going to make a separate note here to know how I want to customize him when I want to do play blasts or when I want to do screenshots and stuff. But I think for the most part while I'm animating, I'm going to turn all this stuff off because I think it'll make the rig a little bit faster. So just made a separate note here for knowing which customizations I want to keep here, but for now we're just going to go back and turn all of those off. Because especially for posing and how I want to do this, I really want those not to be visible so that we get a little less lag on while we're animating. Okay, that's workable. Still a little bit of lag, but not too much. Alright, so this is our layer here. Let's grab this. We're still going to push this over a little bit more. I think we're probably going to shoot from about here, and like I said, favor him a little bit more to cam. Push that over a little bit more, and maybe a little bit more here, so we can still have this kind of thing. Maybe we'll zoom in a little bit more on the face too. So in that case, I want him to walk in, so he'll start off about here. We'll do a couple steps of walking in. I always like to do a little bit of a walk to start off the shot so you can get a little bit of personality in the walk here too. So I'm going to do a couple of steps and then walk in and do the main scene and shot from about right here. So let's go ahead and create a new perspective here so that we can work from that, and we'll start building our pose here. And one other thing I wanted to do before I get too much into this is create the prop for how he's gonna, the little thing he's gonna read from here. Where's the neck here? Let's get a better neck. No, this is gonna be the neck that I have to work with. Let's work with the body here. So just our nerve curves, nerve surfaces, and polygons, and we're finally into doing a little bit of animating. Hey, that's fun. Alright, and bring that over back. Bring that over here, bring that over here. Goes forward just a little bit, drop them down a little bit more. And rotate that one here. And this one up here. Bring that. Which main controller is that one going to be? Here we go. Bring that forward. Rotate that in there. I love these hands. I feel like these are great, great hands. Start with something kind of like that. Take the head, a lot of the head kind of looking down here. And bring this one over. And bend that. That over and back. Bring the eye line down here. And maybe we'll do a little more bend in the chest here. What rotate did we use? These three? A little bit more of that. A little more back here. Put that head looking down a little bit more. Bring that neck up a little bit more. Maybe tilt that up a little bit more. Bring that arm up here. Let's try that again here. Bring that down and bring that up. And maybe a little bit more forward. Alright, I'm just gonna have to do it myself, I guess. There we go. Bring that in a little bit. And let's look at the feet. Splay them out a little bit more. Again, remember, I've never used this rig before, so a little bit of playing around, figuring out our pose here. And let's go ahead and create that little tablet that he's going to be holding here. Cube. And make it thinner. There, rotate it this way. A little bit thinner there. Have the face at the top. a second. Get the rotate out of there. Okay, I'll go to faces, edit mesh, extrude. We'll bring that up, bring it together a little bit more. And edit mesh again, we'll extrude it again. Bring it together a little bit more, rotate it a little bit. Looks a little cracked or something there. And we'll extrude that again, bring that up a little bit more together. There we go. And maybe we'll push that a little bit more in here too, so we can get a little bit of thick and thinness to it. And let's look at the bottom here. Edit mesh, extrude that too. Maybe make that a little bit thicker here. Okay, that should work. And maybe we could take this symbol, copy that, go back to object mode here, copy that, and we'll put a small one on the tablet there too. So that's another thing that shows that those two are kind of linked together. Just another way that we could emphasize that a little bit more. Okay, bring that down and over. Translate X, we'll zero that out. And zero that out just so that we can group those two together here. Okay. And we'll parent those two together here so that that's connected there. Bring that forward and up. How we doing on time? Still doing alright. Let's try at least finish this pose off and get this parenting together set up so that we can start animating with the bulk of this stuff tomorrow. Down and over. And over a little bit more. And get that thumb over a little bit. We'll bring this wrist down just a little bit more there. Bring that up and tilt it a little bit more. Bring that down on there. Move this up. Go ahead and bend that one. And bend that. It's a little flatter against there. And bring that one down. And this one down. And this one. Go ahead and do a little bit of variation here. And do a little bit of flatness there too, just so we show that there's some pressure that he's placing against there. And I think this one needs to, maybe it's just the tip. We can pull up here. Alright. And we'll go ahead and do this one out a little bit more, up a little bit, rotate it, and get those thumbs working here. Might need to go a little bit more with that hand there. And maybe just overall the arm. Maybe we should do one of these where he's pointing at it. That might be more interesting. we'll walk in where he's holding it with both hands, and then we'll move it so that he's kind of tracing it. Be an interesting acting beat there too. And bring those two down. This one as well. Lift these up a little bit more. And make these a little bit flatter here too. And we'll go ahead and drag that one a little bit more there. Bend this one up. And flatten it as well. What else could we do to kind of enhance this a little bit more? Well, let's get the parenting done. So we'll go ahead and save our file off here. Again, we'll save another version just in case. Okay, so we'll just create our parenting here. So we'll go ahead and create a locator and get that locator pumped into that hand here. I'm only going to parent one hand to the tablet because the other one I want to kind of be a little more free roaming here. Who knows, maybe we'll end up adding it to it, but for the right now, I think that's the way to go. I'll make that a little bit smaller here so it doesn't stick through anything. And then we'll go to Window, Outliner. Wait for that to load. Everything's a little slow in this one for some reason. Okay, now we've got this guy, Show All. And there's our locator. And we'll control click the locator, press P to parent those together. Now if we grab just the locator, it should move the tablet as well. And then we'll grab the locator, and this is the wrist, right? Alright, locator, and we'll shift click the wrist, and we'll parent those together. And if we did that correctly, we should be able to rotate the wrist, and it moves that tablet, and we should be able to locate or rotate the tablet without rotating the wrist. Okay, great. So I think that's probably where we'll end up today. We got everything built up so we can start really animating tomorrow. Let's go back in and just turn on everything here on this guy. Alright, we got those turned back on, and I think that'll wrap it up for today. So let's take a look back at where we started. We were looking at the beautiful work of Eoghan Kerrigan. Pardon me for butchering the name, but I love his work. Comments down below, everybody. But he said, drawing in itself is fun, and being able to draw the things that only exist in your head is very satisfying. I think that's a great place to be, to recognize and remember the fun elements of whatever it is that you're passionate about, and to try and get to that point where your ideas come across the way that you see them in your head, or as close to it as you can be. So I think we'll have some fun breaking this shot down. It'll be fun doing some lip sync, trying to figure out how this is gonna play out with our camera angles. I think we've got some fun ideas here for sure. And we get to use a new rig, the Malcolm version 2 rig from Anim School. How fun is that? Alright, well, thanks for hanging out with me. I hope you guys had fun playing around, getting this shot set up. And I think that was pretty much where we'll leave it for today. So keep being awesome. Thanks for all the likes and subscribes. I hope you guys are excited to get into a new shot. And you guys are awesome. I hope you carved out some time to work on your own dreams and take another step in your journey towards mastering whatever medium it is that you're passionate about. And I'm getting rambly, so that means it's definitely time to wrap it up. And we will see you for some more animation, some more lip sync. That'll be fun. Some more imagination and some more creativity